Hi, hello my dear students. Welcome back to chemistry class beta. So in the previous part we have seen clearly about the discovery of electrons by using discharge tube experiment, or we can say cathode ray glass tube experiment. Yes beta. And in today's class I am going to explain about the topic. One is discovery of proton and one more is discovery of neutron. But before that, I want to explain another two small concepts. In that, number one is mass of electron and another one is mass of the moving electron. Let me consider first of all mass of the electron. Sir, how to calculate the mass of the electron? You know this value already. I have given this value in second video class in the form of table. So how to calculate that mass of the electron, that I am going to show you. Yes, mass of the electron we can calculate mainly by using two values. Number one is we can use the value of Mulliken's value. Mulliken's value of E. Sir, what is mean by E? E means electron, beta. E means here not electron. We know very well. Robert Mulliken, he determined the value of charge of the electron. That is nothing but which value, beta? E value. And next one is, here we have to use second thing, that is nothing but the Thomson's E by M value. Nothing but Thomson's charge to mass ratio of electron. So by using these two values, now we can calculate the mass of the electron. I mean rest mass of the electron. Yes. So the formula is nothing but the ME equals to, the meaning is nothing but mass of the electron. It is equals to, it can be calculated by using the formula that is nothing but the E by M. ये फार्मूला अपने को यहाँ पर यूज करना पड़ेगा. राइट. सो सर फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल व्हाट इज मीन बाय E? E is nothing but charge of the electron which was determined by Robert Mulliken. You know the value very well. That is nothing but the minus 1.602 into 10 to the power of minus 19 coulombs divided by E by M, nothing but charge to mass ratio of electron which was given by the Thomson. Already I have given the data in the previous class. So what is the charge to mass ratio of electron? Minus 1.76 into 10 to the power of 11 coulombs per kg. Okay beta. Now minus, okay, they're going to be cancelled. They goes to be cancelled. Remaining is here 1.6 we can consider, here 1.7 or nearby 1.8 we can consider. So definitely it cannot going to be cancelled by one time. So we can consider that 0.91 time it going to be cancelled into coulombs that gets cancelled, and remaining is here 11. When we consider upside minus 11 minus 19, so we can say that 10 to the power of what, Nana? Minus 30. And this kg will become upside. So simply we can say that यहाँ पर kg. Okay, coulombs per kg is there. So definitely we can write kg in numerator form beta. So when we simplify this data, so 9.1 into means we are shifting one decimal towards the right side. So 10 to the power of minus 30 becomes 10 to the power of minus 31 kilograms. So this is your value of mass of the electron. It can be calculated by using another two values. One is Thomson's E by M value, one more is Mulliken's E value. I hope you understand the story clearly. Same value I have given in your table also. Good beta. Now I am going to show you another concept, that is nothing but the mass of the moving electron. Sir, already we have calculated the mass of electron now. Yes, this is the mass of the electron, but this is the rest mass of electron. Here I am going to calculate the mass of the moving electron, because of very well Electrons, they are present in the orbit and they will move around the nucleus. They will revolve around the nucleus. So with very high velocities. So such moving electron mass we are going to be calculated. So mass of the moving electron. Yes, simply we can denote the symbol is nothing but the M. So how to calculate the mass of the moving electron? That one I am going to be focused. So for the calculation of mass of the revolving electron or moving electron, we can be calculated by using a direct formula. The formula is nothing but the M is equals to M naught divided by M is equals to M naught divided by under root of 1 minus V by C whole square. 1 minus V by C whole square. This is the formula we have to be used to calculate the mass of the moving electron which is moving around the nucleus. Okay, right. Sir, in that what is meant by M naught, what is meant by V, what is meant by C? The terms I am going to be introduced now. Okay, here I am going to write that M naught, or we can say M0. We have to say that it is nothing but the ME. The meaning is nothing but this is the value. So MO or ME both are same. It is nothing but what, Nana? Mass of the electron in movement or in resting mode, beta? In resting mode. So we can say that it is nothing but the M0 indicates or M0 indicates the rest mass of electron. Rest mass of electron, that is equals to 9.1 into 10 to the power of minus 31 kg. So this is the value we have to be right here in the place of M naught. M naught is nothing but what, Nana? Rest mass of the electron. But we want moving electron mass. So here we have to consider that V, the meaning of V is nothing but the velocity of electron. What we can say, beta? Velocity of electron. And what is meant by C? C, we can say that is nothing but the speed of light, and also we can say that velocity of light. What we can say, beta? Velocity of light. So you have to be focused on all these three words. M naught is nothing but the rest mass of electron. Already we know this value. V is nothing but velocity of the electron. C is nothing but velocity of the light. You know all the three terms. Okay, by using the data we can calculate the mass of the moving electron. Okay, all of you, beta. And here, based on this formula, one condition I am going to give you. The condition is, this condition is very important for competitive exams. Okay, now beta. Yes, the condition is, for suppose velocity of electron is capital V. If it is equals to capital C, nothing but if velocity of electron is equals to the velocity of light, in that case, according to formula, both are equal. Nothing but this data going to be cancelled. 1 minus 1 is nothing but 0. Entire denominator, that will become 0. If denominator is 0, answer is nothing but what, Nana? Infinity. That means mass of the moving electron will be infinity in the case of V equals to C. So if V equals to C, in this case, mass of the moving electron, that is nothing but M. This M value will be what, Nana? Infinity. This is the condition you must apply. Very important for objective point of view. Okay, all of you, beta. So once again, V means velocity of the electron, C means velocity of the light. If these two values are equal, according to this formula, entire denominator, that will become 0. Then we will get the answer is nothing but what, Nana? Infinity. That means if the velocity of electron and velocity of light, if both are equal, in that case, the mass of the moving electron, that will become infinity. Okay, yes, you have to be focused on both the concepts as per our NCERT textbook also. Okay, beta? Good. Now I am going to discuss about our another discovery of another subatomic particle, that is nothing but proton. What is meant by proton? Anode rays, and also we can say that canal rays. Canal means flow of positively charged electrons. Flow of positively charged protons. Okay, na beta. Such flow of positively charged protons are known as canal rays, and also we can say that anode rays, and simply we can say that protons. Yes. So already I have told you discovery of protons or anode rays. Discovery of anode rays. Come on, given by whom? Anode rays are discovered by the scientist name is nothing but what better? Goldstein. Who is the scientist? Goldstein. So Goldstein, he discovered anode rays again by using discharge tube. And this is the discovery happened in the year is nothing but what, Nana? 1919. 1919. Okay, na? Right. So how he discovered anode rays? Same thing, same like cathode experiment, Nana. Here we have to do the anode experiment. So same we have taken what, Nana? One glass tube, or we can say discharge tube. Same one side we have written cathode, one more side we have taken anode. But in the electron discovery we have taken perforated anode. But here we have to take perforated cathode, nothing but hole contained cathode. Okay, so name of the experiment is discharge tube with perforated cathode. What about in discovery of electron? Discharge tube with perforated anode, and here is perforated cathode. Okay, all of you, Nana? Yes, very good. And one more thing. So the name of electron given by whom? Stoney. But here the name of proton. What better? The name of proton. It was suggested by, it was proposed by the scientist name is nothing but the Rutherford. Who is the scientist beta? Rutherford. You have to be focused on it a lot. Okay, yes, though introduction time I bata diya, the year also already I have told you, and who discovered anode rays? Goldstein. But the name of proton suggested by whom? Rutherford. Very good. And he utilized which experiment? Again same thing, discharge tube experiment. But here anode is a simple metal electrode. Cathode contains some of the pores or holes. So cathode we have to say that perforated cathodes. Okay, my dear students. Yes. So once again, 2 to 3 words I want to explain about this. Okay, discharge tube experiment. Already I have given in cathode, anode, electron story beta. Same thing here also we have to consider. I have taken one glass tube, or we can say we have to say that discharge tube. So in the glass tube or discharge tube, it was connected to one suction pump to maintain the pressure only. Okay, na beta, to maintain the optimum or suitable pressure, it was connected to the suction pump to evacuate the vacuum. If you want, you can consider the gas also here. Must and should gas required here. But in electron discovery, gas may be or may not be. Mostly we have to consider vacuum. But here is, we must to consider the gaseous substances in this glass tube between anode and cathode. The gas may be hydrogen, chlorine, nitrogen, oxygen, as you wish. Okay, all of you. But mostly we have to prefer the hydrogen, then we can easily get the discovery of or releasing of what protons or anode rays. We can clearly observe. Sir, why hydrogen is preferable? Mostly because of hydrogen atomic number is 1. So it contains 1 proton. So releasing of proton is equal to the atomic number. Here we can see the discovery clearly. But what about helium? 2 protons. Oxygen, 8 protons. Okay, now there will be some variations we can see now. But this is clear-cut experiment about the hydrogen. Because of hydrogen contain only 1 proton. And I have told you proton symbol is H+. Yes or no, beta? Anyway, so mostly we have to prefer here which gas? Hydrogen gas. Be fixed in our mind. Oxygen, nitrogen we can consider, no problem. Yeah. So here I have taken 2 metal electrodes. One going to be act as anode and one more going to be act as cathode. 2 metal plates or electrodes we have arranged. But in that, anode plate is simple beta, and cathode plate is nothing but we have to say that perforated cathode, because of, okay, in the surface of cathode we can see the number of pores or holes for the traveling of, for the passage of protons or anode rays. I hope you understand now. Now, after the arrangement of cathode, towards the left end, after the arrangement of cathode, here we have to arrange a material or we can say here we have to make a coating. The coating with the material is, you know very well, that is nothing but the ZS material, zinc sulfide material, because it's going to be act as fluorescent screen whether protons are releasing or not. By seeing a glow, by seeing a flash of light, here the light we are getting from this area, the light is nothing but what beta is green flashes we are getting. So due to observing of that green flashes is after the cathode screen, definitely we have to say that electrons are, anode particles are releasing from the anode, they are moving towards the cathode. So when they touches the screen, automatically from that screen we will observe a green flash of light, or simply we can say that we can observe a green glow. That is the meaning of fluorescent screen. Yes. So here anode contain positive sign and cathode contain negative sign. When these two oppositely charged poles are connected to the battery. Now finally, by using this battery, here we are applying a very high voltage across the two electrodes, anode and cathode. Automatically the current starts flowing. Nothing but electrons, they will start from cathode to anode. They contains negative charge, and in opposite direction protons, they will start from anode and they will move towards the cathode. I hope you understand the story clearly. So in the last class we have seen that negatively charged particles, nothing but electrons or cathode rays, they are starting from the cathode moving towards the anode. But today discovery of what kind of proton. So here again same thing, electrons are moving from cathode to anode, means positively charged particles are there. They are nothing but protons, and also we can say that anode rays, they are starting from the anode and they are moving towards the cathode. But cathode contain perforated nature, nothing but hole contained in nature. Due to that reason, the anode particles, the positively charged particles which are coming from the anode, they will move through the cathode and they will touch the screen of fluorescent screen. And due to that reason only, upon that fluorescent screen, we are going to observe a green glow or a green flash of light. Okay, discovery was clear. Let me go for properties of anode rays. Property number 1 I am going to tell you. Yes, I am going to discuss here properties. Number 1, almost the same properties we have to be considered. Some similarities are there, some differences are there. Yes, electrons, they will flow from cathode to anode, but this is what proton. Protons are nothing but anode rays. They are starting from the anode. Anode rays, they will start from anode. They will start from anode and they will move towards the cathode. They will move towards the cathode. Next point. Second information I want to tell about the property of anode ray. That is nothing but the anode rays or maybe cathode rays. Generally, they will travel in a straight line. So next property I want to tell about the path. So what about the path of anode rays? Anode rays always they going to be travels in a straight line. Generally they will travels in what, Nana? Straight line. But again same two conditions we can apply, which we have applied in the case of electrons. Generally they will travels in a straight line. What about the path of the cathode rays? They can travels in a straight line, but under the influence of electric and magnetic fields, automatically their direction going to be changed. Sir, how the direction of anode rays going to be changed in the presence of electric and magnetic fields? That I am going to show you. Okay? Yes. So you suppose it is nothing but one anode ray. It was moving from anode to cathode. It was moving in a straight line manner. Okay, fine. Now, in the direction of such anode ray, now I am going to apply the electric field. Means one side we have to arrange positive metal plate, one more side we have to arrange negative metal plate. So positive plate and negative plate, this is the electric field. Okay, fine. Okay, in the direction of same, okay, what, Nana? Cathode ray, one side I am going to arrange the south pole, and one more side, one side I am going to arrange the north pole, one more side I am going to arrange the south pole. So one side north pole, one more side south pole. The meaning of this is nothing but here we applied the what Nana? Magnetic field. NS, magnetic field was applied. Plus and what Nana? Here we are writing minus, means here electric field was applied. So here what Nana? Both are nothing but the cathode rays. They are traveling in a straight line manner. But under the influence of electric field, what will be happen? So these are nothing but the anode rays. You know very well, anode rays, they are nothing but the positively charged particles. Positively charged particle means they are going to be attract towards the negative plate. So anode ray contain positive charge. Due to their positive nature, they are going to be attract towards the negative plate. Okay? So this is the experiment we did in the presence of which field? In the presence of what beta? Electric field. We have did this experiment. Next. And he observed that, who beta? Goldstein. He observed that generally anode rays are traveling in a straight line manner. But under the influence of what Nana? Magnetic field. Again they are deviating, or we can say that attracting towards the north pole. Okay, so based on these two reactions, we can clearly say that generally anode rays, they will travel in a straight line manner, but under the influence of electric field and under the influence of magnetic field, they going to be attracted, they going to be deviated in a particular manner. That is nothing but they are going to be attracted towards the negative plate. They are going to be attracted towards the north pole. So based on these two reactions, based on these two mechanisms, we can clearly say that anode ray contains positively charged particles. Anode ray contains positively charged particles. Such positively charged particles are known as, we have to say that, what beta? Protons. I hope you understand this story clearly. Very good. Next thing is, here I am going to discuss about the another property of anode rays. This is very well, you know this, Nana. Yes, same thing, they are also capable of, they can cause the shadow when any object placed in their path. Same like cathode rays, shadow nature. Okay. One more thing is, anode rays are starting from the cathode and moving towards the anode, and also they are moving and touching to the fluorescent screen. So upon that screen, anode rays, they are producing which glow? Green glow. So anode rays, they produces green flashes of light on fluorescent screen, which was arranged after cathode. The meaning is anode rays are coming from the anode and moving towards the cathode. Yes, next point I am going to tell about this. That is nothing but the, so very important point, it is also listen carefully. Anode rays are known as, we have to say that, material particles. What we can say beta? Material particles. Sir, why anode rays are known as material particles and why anode rays are consist of material particles? The reason is, same thing, they are also moving with very high speed and very high velocities. Due to that reason, they are also having what kind of somewhat kinetic energy. So due to that reason, they have the capable of, they can rotate the what Nana? Okay, wheel, and also we can say that a small fan, and also we can say that is nothing but paddle wheel. Okay, so in the direction of anode rays, if we kept any fan or a small fan, or we can say wheel, that is nothing but we can say paddle wheel. Automatically, due to the velocities of anode ray, the paddle wheel going to be rotate in a particular direction. Okay, so this reaction indicates that anode rays are nothing but the consist of what beta? Material particles. I hope you understand that clearly. Very good. Next thing I want to tell about this E by m value. Which value beta? E by m. Nothing but charge to mass ratio of anode rays. Charge to mass ratio of anode rays. It going to be depends upon always. It going to be depends upon always nature of the gas. It going to be depends upon always what Nana? Nature of the gas. Sir, why E by m value of anode rays? Why charge to mass ratio of anode rays depends upon the gas which was present in the glass tube? That is a question mark. The question का answer क्या हो सकता है बोले तो E by m of what? Anode rays. Anode rays are nothing but what? Protons. So all the gases, did they having same number of protons? No beta. They are having different number of protons. Hydrogen 1 proton, helium 2 proton, carbon 6 proton, oxygen 8 proton, nitrogen 7 proton. Yes or no? And chlorine contains 17 protons because of they are having different atomic numbers. Okay na beta. So due to their different in mass value, we have to say that E by m value of anode rays that will be depends upon the nature of the gas which was present in the discharge tube experiment. Okay, all of you, I hope you understand that story clearly. And final touch is, sir, when E by m value of anode ray will be maximum? For that answer is the presence of gas in the discharge tube is hydrogen. So if the presence of gas in the discharge tube is hydrogen, in that case only the E by m value of anode rays that will be maximum. Sir, how much value? You know the value, that is nothing but what Nana? Yes, 9.58 into 10 to the power of 7 coulombs per kg. We have calculated that value. E by m value of proton. Proton is nothing but what Nana? H plus. Due to presence of hydrogen gas only in this glass tube experiment, we will get the maximum E by m value. That is the answer you know very well. Okay, all of you? Yes, beta. So this is the story about the discovery of proton. I hope you understand clearly. Okay? Good. Next, another two small concepts I want to tell you. Who suggested the name of proton? Rutherford. By giving one experiment. That experiment we are going to discuss in tomorrow's class. And he suggested the name of proton by using a chemical reaction. Proof is also there. Sir, what is that chemical reaction? To say that, okay, now name of proton given by the Rutherford. That reaction I am going to tell you now. Yes. So let me consider how Rutherford obtained the proton. Rutherford's reaction. Rutherford's reaction to obtain, or we can say Rutherford's concept to obtain what Nana? Protons. Yes. So how to obtain proton? By the concept of Rutherford that I am going to show you. Ready Nana? Yes, it is also important to you. Yes. So first of all he did one small experiment Nana. That is nothing but the first of all, he has taken the particle. The particle is nothing but the alpha particle. Which particle? Alpha. What is meant by alpha particle? Yes, simply I am going to show the statement first of all. Alpha particle he has taken first of all. And he make collision upon the nitrogen molecule. Or we can say nitrogen atomic nucleus. Or we can say nitrogen 14 atom. and automatically here in this reaction we are getting the subatomic particle, that is nothing but what beta? Proton. And here also we are getting the byproduct. The byproduct is nothing but what, Nana? Oxygen. This is the experiment given by whom, beta? Rutherford, to obtain what is the subatomic particle. Proton is the subatomic particle. For this I am going to show the reaction. Sir, what is meant by alpha particle? Once again, so what he says, Nana? Rutherford says that when alpha particles makes collision on nitrogen atom, when alpha particle makes bombardment, already I have utilized this word in the previous class also. Sir, what is mean by bombardment? The meaning of bombardment is nothing but we have to say that collision. You have to be focused on this word. So what is mean by bombardment? Collision. So when alpha particle makes bombardment or collision on nitrogen atomic nucleus, they will release the proton. I hope you understand this story clearly. Okay, all of you beta? Right, let me consider reaction. Alpha particle, what is the symbol of alpha particle? He. You know that very well. Helium, next it connected to what, Nana? It making bombardment upon nitrogen atomic nucleus. Nitrogen symbol is N. Nitrogen 14 is there, nothing but mass number is 14. And what we are getting the product? Proton. What is mean by proton? H. Atomic number is 1, mass number is 1. Next, and what we are getting the byproduct? Oxygen. Now we have to make balance. Helium atomic number is 2, mass number is 4. This is nothing but which particle? Alpha particle. When it makes bombardment on nitrogen atomic nucleus, atomic number is 7, mass number is 14. And automatically here we are getting the product is nothing but what, beta? Proton. And here this is which particle? Alpha particle, or we can say helium particle. When it makes collision upon nucleus with nucleus of nitrogen, it produces the proton. And here we are getting what is the atom, beta? Oxygen. Okay, here atomic number 2, atomic number 7. Total is 9. Here is 1. Remaining we can write 8. 8 plus 1, 9. 7 plus 2, 9. Reactant product equal. 14 plus 4, 18. Here is 1. Remaining is nothing but 17. O8, 16. O8, 17 is also possible. Isotopic form. Okay? Good. So in that way, the concept of proton, the name of proton was suggested by whom? Rutherford, and he obtained the proton by the collision of alpha particle with nitrogen. Story clear? Yes. Last and final concept, that is about the discovery of neutrons. For this we don't need to go for any diagram. Small reaction is there. Discovery of what, beta? Neutrons. Yes. You know very well, discovery of neutrons, it was given in the year is nothing but the 1932. What about proton? 1919. What about neutron? 1932. So who discovered neutrons? Discovery of neutrons, it was given by the scientist, you know very well, his name is nothing but what, beta? James Chadwick. क्या नाम है बेटा उनका? The name of scientist is nothing but James Chadwick. So how he discovered the neutrons? Again by the concept is nothing but alpha particles bombardment on beryllium. I have told you in the table of all three subatomic particles. Yes. So let me consider helium. What is meant by helium? He. Atomic number is 2 and its mass number is nothing but 4. So when alpha particle makes bombardment or collision upon beryllium atomic nucleus. So what is the formula of beryllium? Symbol is nothing but Be. Its atomic number is nothing but what, Nana? Its atomic number is nothing but 4. And its mass number is nothing but 9. Double plus 1 unit extra. Total 9 positive. Okay, 9 unit mass beta. So when alpha particle makes bombardment upon beryllium, it's going to be formed. The product is neutron. What is the symbol of neutron? N. Atomic number is nothing but 0. What is the mass value? 1. Next one is, here we are going to get the byproduct is carbon. So you can do the balancing now. 4 plus 2, 6. Here is 0. Remaining is 6. 9 plus 4, 13. Here is 1. Remaining is nothing but 12. C, 6, 12. This is your byproduct. Here your subatomic particle. that is nothing but what, Nana? Neutron. It neither contain positive nor contain negative. So we can say it is a electrically neutral particle that is known as neutron. So when alpha particle makes bombardment on nitrogen, it gives proton. When alpha particle makes bombardment on beryllium nucleus, it gives the neutrons. And this is the discovery given by the Rutherford, and this is the discovery given by whom? James Chadwick. And you know very well, nitrogen is the heaviest particle among electron, proton and neutron. Which was the heaviest particle, beta? Yes, that is nothing but the neutron. And also we can say that neutron is the least stable particle. So among electron, proton and neutron, which was the least stable particle? Least stable and heaviest particle among three subatomic particle is, that is nothing but what, beta? Neutron. And you know very well, neutron, relative charge, absolute specific charge, every charge is 0. And neutron contain, okay, now beta, is the mass 0, okay, the charge is nothing but what? 0. Its mass is nothing but almost all what, 1. It is the mass equals to the proton mass also. But heaviest particle among three subatomic is neutron, and least stable particle, what, Nana? Is we have to say that it is nothing but a least stable particle. Enough. So this is the story about the what, Nana? Subatomic particles discovery. In the last class we have seen about the electron, and now we have seen about the proton and what, beta? Neutrons. Okay, for proton we have the reaction form that was given by the Rutherford, and discharge to the experiment form that was given by the Goldstein. This is only for objective point of view reaction, and as per NCERT this is your syllabus. And it is also discovery of neutron as per NCERT syllabus. Okay, all of you beta, and in tomorrow's class we are going to start another new topic. I hope we are going to discuss about the atomic models. Very important and very interesting atomic models, like Thomson's atomic model, Rutherford's atomic model. Like that story we are going to continue in tomorrow's class. ठीक है बेटा? Yes.